was Harriet's voice, wasn't it?
Lady Harriet!
What? What's the matter?
Alas, Harriet, I don't share their belief in gods. I believe only in facts and my own potential.
We better hurry. This little fairy body is starting to get goosebumps.
Marvelous, Harriet. I didn't dare hope for this much magic from something so hastily thrown together. This must be the catalyst at work. Or could something about the soul itself be the key? Oh, Harriet! What troves of precious data you've brought me! What finer a guinea pig could a researcher want?
What are you trying to do, Luther? Out with it!
I'm making a fresh start, so I can succeed where I once failed. The time is finally ripe. At long last, I have the ability to see this through. And then, at last, it will be mine. Infinite knowledge. Omniscience. Wait, what am I?
Luther?
What have I been doing all this time? My dear Harriet, the only person who understood me.
Luther, no!
Of course. Why should I hesitate? I will summon the lost Akashic records. Knowledge of the entire universe will be mine! Now is the time. Here is the place. I just need to harness the power of the ephemera and perform the conjuration properly. I will know it once more. All that is, was, and ever will be. You see, Harriet, won't it be wonderful?
You speak of a line we were never meant to cross. Try as you might, Luther, you'll never succeed.
What?
Have you already forgotten, Luther? When the proof is right here, chained up before you! Luther? What did you call me here for?
There you are, Harriet. You weren't followed? There'd be hell to pay if Father found this place.
Father's furious. He says we're shirking our responsibilities. I had to try and calm him down myself. Have a heart for your sister, Luther.
I'm surprised he hasn't realized it's a waste of time entrusting his errant son with royal duties. An utter waste of my time. Leaving petty things aside, you asked me why I called you here, yes? Well, I finally found the next step beyond conjuration, summoning beings upstream or downstream through time. Quantum conjuration.
And your plan is to follow through with this quantum conjuration?
Of course. What would my years of research have been for if I didn't bring this to fruition? I'm going to finally understand how this world began. Dear sister, I'm going to summon the primordial being. I'll know all there was to know! Doesn't the idea just tantalize you? Harriet! Harriet! Damn it, wake up! Stay with me! It's all my fault! I conjured that awful thing! If someone has to die here, it should be me! Please, Harriet! Don't die! Not you! Anyone but you! Come back to me!
What did you see this time? Luther was crying and cradling Harriet? And she was dead? Wait, but Harriet's still alive! I mean, that's who we're going to save! But if what you saw really happened, and Harriet did die, then who or what is the Harriet we all know?
The pieces are all in place. It's time to perform the quantum conjuration on the Akashic records. And Harriet, what a perfect vessel you'll be. Just think, you'll be reborn at last as an almighty being. What's wrong? There's nothing to fear. This isn't death. It's a new beginning. You'll play host for something far greater. Its soul will keep yours company in that body. And with your help, at last, infinite knowledge will be mine!
Then what, Luther? If that's who you even are. What do you see when all of that is said and done?
Are you questioning a scientist on the value of his work?
If my life is the cost of helping save our people, or perhaps even the world, then you can have it. I'll give it gladly. But you seem to have something else in mind, so I think I'll choose to die for something far greater. My entire existence, the reason blood pumps through my veins, is so I can fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. And as the one who brought me here for that very purpose, you should know better, Luther.
Brought you here? But that can't be. I saw you. You were right here, Harriet. You were laying right here.
Harriet, are you all right? Guardian! Sierra! I was hoping you'd come.
How did you meddlers find this place?
It's right where you said it would be. I guess that means everything you saw was real.
I can't believe this. You find a way to be a thorn in my side every single time! Were you born to destroy my work?
Hold on. Every time? Looks like it. He's behaving just like the Fallen did when he lost control.
Fallen? Luther, the Fallen. Yes, it is I. The man who will become one with the Akashic Records. And you Arx pissant! Trying to thwart me just once didn't satisfy you?!
Please be careful!
Functions of the...
Immense code due.
This isn't over. As long as I have the ephemera, I can still do this!
Ignore those things! He'll just keep conjuring new ones! Focus on stopping Luther! Wait, Harriet!
Luther. The Fallen, was it? If you're planning to use all that wisdom and power for your own selfish ends, instead of for the people of our land, then I will stop you. That is my duty, as the Queen of Quento, and as your sister!
It's all right, Harriet. You have been exceptional. You dealt justice even to me without flinching. If you bear that determination proudly on your sleeve, you'll be able to purge the ephemera.
Luther! It's you! Oh, thank goodness. I knew you would finally come back to your senses.
You jest, Harriet. As if there's been a single moment in my entire life where I behaved like a sensible person.
Oh, Luther, what possibly possessed you to do this?
When I stopped the Crimson Fellworm, I knew this might be a consequence. The ephemera, they consume your very mind, as I'm sure Lutz discovered. If that had to be the outcome, I hoped at least to help build a foundation for our country, for your rule. Harriet, you did the right thing. You held firm, and brought judgment down on those who violated the ban, and threw our land into chaos. Even your own flesh and blood.
Luther, please.
My ego certainly made a lot of trouble for you. Please, let me ask you one favor. Look after my sister. Stay by her side. My sister? That's rather a smug way to put it, wouldn't you say? Please spare me the trifling questions. There's just one Luther. Whatever versions of me you know, they are me. Which is to say, the desire to protect that girl was something within me all along. I just so happened to be fed up with being stuck in Gemini, and with the profound darkness too. I have no qualms with lending you my power. I won't play teacher. Just use it well. Do that, and I imagine you'll glimpse the cruelty of reality, of that ancient despair. Harriet, remember this. You are a real person.
I will! I'll remember, Luther.
Harriet?
It's all right. I won't cry. Tears have no place in royalty's eyes.
So first Elder appears, then Luther transforms. It's like Omega is tracing our own history.
Shao, are you sure what's happening on Omega is just a muddle of data from the Akashic Records? The events themselves may be fragmentary, but as a whole, they're deeply interconnected. Something's linking all this together.
Something most likely connected to the Photoners.
Exactly. It's like we're vicariously experiencing someone's memories of the Photoners. Suffice to say, it's creepy.
Well, memories are just a type of data. I do think what we're seeing is all data from the Akashic Records. But someone or something could be interfering with it in a way that's producing certain tendencies. What you read or who you see before bed can affect what happens in your dreams, right? Maybe it's like that.
So you think we're seeing events related to the profound darkness because it got mixed up in all this?
Yeah, hypothetically at least. We don't really have proof one way or the other.
Or maybe we're affecting the outcome too, since you and Sierra are getting involved. Well, in any case, we can't afford to just sit back and watch. Keep on looking into things on Omega, you two.
I've confirmed the signal. It's definitely Luther the Fallen. Did the traces it left behind in this world take shape like they did with Elder?
Yes and no. The presence of those traces influenced the Akashic Record's memories, causing this to materialize. Its abilities are just as you remember as well. I can attest to its strength. Though, as I recall, you had no trouble defeating this before.
Here it comes!
Yes, go on. Flail.
Emergency! Code!
You defy a superior being in vain! Utterly repulsive! Piece of arch trash! Variable beyond my grasp! You're really quite troublesome. Solution tells me that you struggle in vain. Akashic records are mine! Omniscience lies beyond the void! Beyond decay! I am Luther the Fallen! I am one with the Akashic records! Akashic records! Come to me! Piece of arch trash! I've no use for broken playthings. Piece of arch trash! tells me that you struggle in vain. This cannot be! Where did I go wrong?
Objective complete.
You actually had words with Luther? And he said he'd lend you his power?
Do you feel physically alright?
Oh my. Is the ultimate being hoping I'll wield my influence? She needn't worry. I'm content to keep quiet. For now. My only interest is this place I'm currently occupying. I have no intention of getting involved in other trifling matters. So why don't you just act natural? It wouldn't help either of us if things suddenly got complicated.
What's wrong? Your face has turned quite a strange color. Are you really alright? Well, if you say so. I'm just worried about Luther's power getting cozy in there.
So now you've got Luther's power in there too. But nothing about you looks different, statistically speaking. No increase in F factor.
It's the same as Elder. No urgent issues as far as we can tell. As for your abilities, we'll keep them under observation. But our priority needs to be Omega.
Listen, I know Luther sacrificed himself to drain the ephemera from the Crimson Fellworm, but even so...
I understand why you have your doubts, Matoy, but I promise it's true. The Luther from Omega had a bit of a sharp tongue, but he was a good brother at least, right?
Well, Omega is just a replay of the memories in the Akashic Records after all. Maybe the Luther you met there was like the one we knew, back before we'd ever met him. The pre-Luther Luther, if you will.
Well, I guess that would fit in with what Euclida once told us. Apparently, when she was apprentice, even her mind wasn't fully her own. We know Luther wanted to control the Dark Falls' power, but maybe he was the one getting controlled instead. But there's no way we can actually confirm that. And even if we could, it wouldn't excuse what he's done.
But there's one thing that still bothers me. In those visions of Harriet's and Luther's past...
Harriet's death, yes? If Luther was involved in that, well, there must be a deep, dark secret hidden somewhere.
Let's try asking Harriet more about it once she's had time to collect herself more.